If you work in the healthcare or the medical profession and are considered a subcontractor, you should be tracking things like your income, expected income, taxes, patient visits, and potentially other relevant data. Check out this demo on how you can get insights into your financial info and make sure you're getting paid what you are owed and saving enough for income tax time. Welcome to our channel. My name is Zach Stevenson. I'm a business processes and no-code consultant. If you need help streamlining or automating any of your business processes, please visit our website below to book a free consult. This is the back end or the base to the interface that I will show you in a moment. I will leave a link in the description below so that you can create your own version of it. You can just copy this as a template. It will take a little bit for you to get things set up and get familiar with it. And as I will mention throughout this video, there is a pay period method that I have set up for bi-weekly and weekly. So it currently works. If you get some sort of other payment structure, then you'll have to customize this yourself. So that is one thing to keep in mind. And I will come back to this and run through it shortly after I touch on the interfaces and how to actually use this system to your benefit. In this tool, it can be customized to really do whatever you want, but the focus points for this video are going to be things like your income, so essentially your paychecks. So from there, you can also track your shifts. So for each shift, how many patients you saw, basically how many or how much money you should be getting paid for each shift and be able to assign that to your paychecks. So you can do a comparison to make sure you're getting paid what you're expecting to get paid or should be getting paid based on how many patients you saw that day. There's flexibility to set it up depending on your specific use case needs. Everyone's will be a little bit different depending on their company and their contract they work for. And what we've got here is a financial dashboard. So once you have things like your income records and your shifts that you have entered into the system over time, this dashboard will allow you to view insights into things like what you've been paid, your total estimated income tax. And there's lots of flexibility, but you can see things in bar charts and different graphs based on the month you got paid and how much you got paid. If you work for multiple different companies, you have that set up, your monthly earnings by percentage, and even track by year. There's additional flexibility such as adding filters, so you can view exactly by the specific month or year you're looking for, by company, and so on. So this is just a high-level dashboard to be able to see some general insights into your financial data. You can also track based on the paycheck. So this would be an income record that could be connected to the company you work for. You can enter the date that you got paid and the amount you got paid. And then these are formula fields. So depending on the shifts that you entered for that pay period, it will roll that up and you can see how much you should be getting paid. And you can that way match and compare that. Yes, you did get paid what you were expecting to, or if there's a discrepancy, you can look into it further. You can track things like whether you did move part of your paycheck into some sort of savings account for income tax time. And you can do things like select the company that paycheck is associated to. If you did work for one or two different companies, you can add them. What I've done here is basically just a bi-weekly paycheck every other Friday, and then it calculates my financials from there. Basically what this is just a product or an item or a service is what you'd be entering on this screen. And then we get into our shift tracking here. So you can enter your date of the shift and connect each type of visit type. I'll go back here. We'll go for the current pay period of, let's say it is the next paycheck is supposed to be on the 6th of October. I'll go a couple weeks before and I'll enter in the 25th of September. We'll add that shift there, add the shift. September 25th is a shift. And now I can add each visit or each item essentially. If I had a new assessment, I can select the new assessment and select the number of new assessments that occurred on that given day. So let's 3, for example, and maybe we had a couple of follow-ups as well. And we can select a supplement. Or maybe we sold $80 worth of supplements that day. And then you can see up here, this should be your shift earnings and what you get paid for that specific shift. I'll go back to appointment types a little bit further here. So you can see I can select the type is appointment and then visit amount total. So that's how much the visit is worth and then my split. So let's say for a new assessment, it's worth $150 and my commission's 40%, calculates $60 per initial or per new assessment visit, supplements, so on. That's where this is getting the information from. It's doing your calculation for you based off of the data that you assign. So let's go into here. We'll go income tracking. And I said that the 6th of October is the next pay date. Let's go back to shift tracking for a second. If you have multiple dates or multiple shifts that you've entered within pay period, it will find them here in a second. I'll show you what that looks like. So I'll go into financials, income tracking, and I'll go up to add a payment. So no, I have not moved the amount I want to save for taxes yet. So I'll leave that blank. Let's say maybe my paycheck was $520 and I can select that October 6th I was paid by this company, select create. So now I have the payment record here. I can go in and sync shifts. So what it's going to do is find any shift worked for this company between September 18th and October 1st. So I'll click sync shifts. It just displays the one shift that I entered and it shows the types of visits that occurred within the day, giving me my shift total. And it shows me here the sum of all the shifts because I only entered one. It's going to match this $256. I just put in a random amount here. So let's say you did actually get paid $256. You can see that they match. You can just click the paid versus expected match. There's no issues. You can move on and save the tax amount as well based off of whatever percentage you want. Let's say you want to put away 30% for potential income tax at the end of the year. This is a formula that's looking at 30%. So I know on this paycheck, I need to move $76.80 to my savings account for income tax time. And I can just select yes, now that it's been moved. To quickly run through the database side of things, I'll go through each table fairly quickly. So we have the income table. This is where you will track each paycheck that comes in. You'll enter things like the date you were paid, the amount you were paid. You will connect or link your shifts to this record. So then that way you can see what your expected income is, assuming you've done the math correctly or assuming you have it set up correctly. The math will be done for you. This is where you can track your things like your start and end of the pay period, saved for income taxes, whether you've transferred the money into your savings account. For here, it will have the calculation of the amount to save. So this is just set up as 30% across the board. If you change this multiplier here, then it will calculate whatever percentage you want. And you can mark off if the paid amount, so the amount that you deposited into your bank account, actually matched what you have calculated. In this table, you will track the company that the payments and shifts apply to. So you can enter things like basically your payment information, so how you're going to be paid, the pay period method, and so on. Again, this is the spot that you would go to if you had a different payment structure that doesn't fit the template here, where you would manipulate the information in the formulas accordingly. Again, it does take a little bit of work to figure out because every situation could be a little bit different, a little bit more unique. From here, moving on, so this is the shifts. So this is just kind of like your shell for the day. So you'd enter your date and then you're going to link each appointment or each appointment type or sale type that you had in that day to the shift. Here's the appointments. So again, you can enter from your types, the type of assessment, appointment, or sale type that it was, the number of visits on that given day, so that given shift. And then according to whatever you select for the type, it will bring in your payment information accordingly. And then it can roll up the earnings for that specific shift. And then the last thing here is your type. So you can put in, this is just a descriptor, And then you can enter things like the total visit amount, your commission side, and then it will bring in your total earnings. And if you wanted to select something like a supplement, you could enter that as well. So all you would put in that case is your commission there, because there would be no total amount for a visit in this case, because it's just a commission based off of a supplement sale. That's it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this will be useful for you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment or send me an email. Also hit that subscribe button so you can get future demos and tutorials.